If buyers decide how they feel about your home in the first 8 seconds, what are they thinking about when they pull up to your house? Curb appeal is the first impression your home makes from the street, and it sets expectations for everything buyers see next. It isn't about being Pinterest perfect. It's about psychology and first impressions. Most sellers overspend in the wrong places or completely skip the high impact ones. My name's Derek Johnson, and I've been inside hundreds, maybe thousands of homes with buyers, and I've seen firsthand how quickly opinions are formed before we even walk through the front door. And I'm going to share with you 8 proven curb appeal upgrades that you can do for under $500 based on what buyers actually notice. And before we go any further, here's what I want you to do. Step outside of your house, walk across the street, and look back at your house the way a buyer would. Don't look at it as your home. Look at it as the house you're seeing for the first time. And notice where your eye goes first. What feels welcoming, what feels distracting. Just pay attention to anything that makes you pause, even for a second. That initial reaction is exactly what buyers experience, and it happens before they ever step inside. So as we walk through all of these curb appeal upgrades, keep in mind that that first impression is what we're trying to fix. So let's get into it. The first thing we want to do is clean and clear all the pathways. When a buyer pulls up to your house and gets out of the car, we want them to step into a freshly pressure washed driveway and sidewalk to the front door. No moss, no debris, and no pine needles. The next thing we want to do is clean up all the landscaping. We want the lawn to be mowed and edged. We want your leaves to be picked up or blown off the sidewalk. We want the lawn to be completely dialed in so they don't feel like there's any projects they need to start. The third thing is to refresh the front door. They've gotten out of the car, the driveway is nice and clear, the sidewalk's clear, but when they get to the front door, if they see old hardware, chipping paint, or a door that needs to be replaced, that initial curb appeal might have gone away. So it's really easy and simple to either paint the door or put a new doorknob on. The next thing to ask yourself is, how does my house look at night? When a buyer pulls up, are they going to be able to find it okay, and what's it going to look like? That means we need to take inventory of all the exterior light fixtures and determine which ones need to be replaced or any bulbs that need to be replaced. If you bought your house 30 years ago and you haven't changed an exterior light fixture, it might be a nice, easy, and really inexpensive upgrade you can do to help the curb appeal. Next, we're going to get rid of the clutter in the driveway. And by clutter, I mean any boats or RVs or extra vehicles you have that are parked sitting in the driveway. We want the agent, the clients, maybe their family members to all be able to park in your driveway and feel like there's lots of space. A crowded driveway is a red flag and it kills your curb appeal. The next inexpensive update is to update your house numbers and mailbox. These are another hardware store purchase where you can actually just spend a couple bucks and massively upgrade the curb appeal. You don't want a rotted mailbox post or house numbers that are falling off your garage door. We want brand new numbers and a brand new mailbox that are going to look like they just got installed. The next purchase we're going to make is a can of touch-up paint. And we're just going to walk around the house with the touch-up paint and look for any chipped paint or wood rot that's exposed, and we just want to clean up all the places where there is missing paint. Again, we don't want the buyer to think there's a project, so anything that's a really easy touch-up that we can do efficiently and inexpensively, we're going to knock it out. And touch-up paint is one of the best things that you can do to increase curb appeal. Everything we've talked about so far is within your own property lines. But when a buyer pulls up to your house, they're not just judging your house, they're judging the neighborhood. But curb appeal actually goes beyond that, and I learned a pretty unforgettable lesson about this. I once worked with a builder who had an amazing listing, but the neighboring house was completely distracting. So instead of over upgrading the new house, the builder actually bought the neighboring property and demolished it just to improve the curb appeal and overall perception of the listing. Now, obviously that's an extreme example, but it proves a really important point. Buyers don't just evaluate the house, they evaluate everything around it. So we have to be mindful of what is next door or what might be in our neighborhood. And it might be a great idea to just go knock on a neighbor's door. If they have cars in the driveway or a lawn that hasn't been kept, maybe you can offer to either do it for them or offer them some cash to take care of it. Explain your situation that you're trying to get the house sold. It might be awkward at first, but the ROI could be massive. At the end of the day, curb appeal isn't about making your home perfect. It's about removing distractions and setting the right expectations. Buyers decide how they feel about a home way before they walk through the front door, and small strategic changes can completely shift that first impression. The good news is you don't need a massive budget to do that. The upgrades that we talked about here are all under $500, and they work because they're based on how buyers actually think and behave, not any trends or any guesswork. And if you're planning to sell soon or even just thinking ahead, this is exactly the kind of prep that protects your value and puts you in control before you ever hit the market. If you want a personalized plan for your house, go ahead and take our Prep for Profit quiz or download our listing launch book. Both are linked below, and they'll walk you through what to prioritize and what to skip when you're getting your house ready. And if this video is helpful, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'd love to hear from you.